Today I will share with you a secret technique or hack with colored pencils. I personally use this hack to achieve the following. First, save or consume less of my expensive colored pencils. Second, achieve solid skin tones with less time and effort. And third, super easy and stress-free blending or burnishing. Do you want to learn this secret hack? Well, in this video, you will find out. Watch this. Okay, so this is actually a very simple and easy process that even beginners can easily follow. So the step one here is to layer your cheap colored pencils. So whatever colored pencils you have, but for this particular drawing and for like the commission portraits that I used to accept, I would use this pencil. This is the Faber Castell Classic colored pencils. This is like a to be specific, this is a kids grade colored pencil, so this is not artist grade, and it's quite cheap, and it's available in every store. You can use Crayola also, but I will use because this is what I have, the Faber Castell Classic colored pencil. So I'm gonna indicate the number of specific pencil that I use for this particular technique. This is yeah, the first time that I'm gonna be sharing this technique here on my channel. So yeah, this is the stage where you layer your cheap colored pencils to achieve a very nice shadowed base tone or skin tone. So yeah, basically I'm using this Faber Castell Classic or the cheap colored pencils to layer first on paper. I'm using Strathmore Bristol vellum paper. This is quite a textured paper, perfect for this kind of drawing. So don't use smooth paper. Use a textured paper for this kind of style or technique because there will be lots of layers, but you will see that it's going to be easy. So the first goal, like what I said a while ago for this drawing, is to consume less of your expensive artist quality colored pencils. So the best way to do that is to establish the skin tone using first your cheapest colored pencils. So this colored pencil is very nice because it's dry, it's like powdery, almost powdery, and as you can see, it's very easy to layer. Like, it's not as smooth as expensive colored pencils, but it's nice. Step two, this is very important, to smudge or to push your cheap colored pencil layers on the tooth, in the tooth of the paper. So I'm gonna be using this smudging tool right here. You should find it if you can, but if you don't, like if it's not available in your country, you can search, you can just use a regular, like a cotton cloth or rug or anything, like an old t-shirt made of cotton. You just wrapped it around your finger and just use pressure to push the pigments of the cheap colored pencils inside the tooth of the paper. So it's like breaking it down and pushing it to the tooth of the papers. So the goal here is to achieve a solid base skin tone using this colored pencil. And then tissue, you use the tissue just to make it nicely blended and more smooth. At this stage, you want it to make smooth. As you can see right here, this is already quite a solid skin tone in its own, but now here is, it's the time to use or to layer our expensive or artist quality colored pencil. I'm using here the cheap colored pencil, that's Faber Castell Classic, and now I'm using Polychromos, both Faber Castell. So this is the expensive part of the drawing, and as you can see, I'm layering it on top of the cheap colored pencil. So this, I'm gonna be showing you, this is phthalo blue and then black a while ago. So the same process with how I would do normally, but now I'm achieving the goal, the first goal of this hack, to save my artist quality colored pencils. So here you can expect less layering or less consumption of your expensive colored pencils. You don't want to waste your Polychromos because it costs a fortune. It's very, very expensive colored pencils. So as much as possible, you don't want to sacrifice the depth and the contrast of the drawing and the saturation of the drawing by consuming less colored pencil. But here you are warranted to consume less of your artist or expensive colored pencils because you already had the help of the cheap colored pencils that we layer a while ago, and that is quite nice to think about because what you are seeing here, the Polychromos is layering very nicely and quite smoothly on top of the cheap colored pencil base tone right here. So you can expect less colored pencils to layer. And the number two goal here is to be able to layer quickly and easily. We all know that when you use like Prismacolor or Polychromos on a white paper, you should layer lots and lots of pigments to achieve a very nice solid skin tone. But here we already, you can see already that the cheap colored pencil already, you know, covered the paper with very nice shade and shadow. So now you can expect to fulfill the number two goal for this technique, which is to consume less of your artist quality colored pencils without sacrificing the quality of the skin tone, as you observe right here. So I'm layering it, and you can see that it's not yet as smooth as it should be, but don't worry, because even though we already used the cheap colored pencils as a base tone, it didn't flatten the tooth of the paper because we smudged it using the smudging tool or cloth. Even though we push the pigments on the paper, but it didn't flatten the tooth of the paper yet. And that's the goal for this technique, to be able to layer more and more layers right here using your expensive colored pencils, but with little pigments to use, because and quick, so quick. As you can see right here, it's surprisingly quick. When I thought about it before, I thought it's not going to be successful, but now I can see that I'm using considerably lesser layers of expensive colored pencils like this one, the Polychromos, on top of that base using cheap colored pencils. So now you observe I'm just layering the colors that I need to layer based on my reference photo, but with less time. This is really how I achieve the second goal, with less time and less effort. Surprisingly, less effort to layering, and quick. It's considerably quicker compared to the regular style without the cheap base tone. Here, actually, I'm already on the second to the last pencil. This is the dark flesh, and I use it to burnish or to blend already the darker shadows of the drawing. And yeah, and as you can see, it's slowly getting smoother and smoother as I went on with my layering. And now I'm using the white as a blender. But here, as you can see, I don't push very hard like how we used to blend or to burnish using like Prismacolor. Here the white is just simply blending everything together and lightening up for some highlighted parts also. But the white of the Polychromos is amazing blender here. And yeah, and maybe the base tone using chip colored pencils help in ensuring for an easy blending, which is the third goal I'm achieving right here. The third goal, which is to blend the skin tone very easily. I know all colored pencil artists can, can say that blending is the most difficult thing with realistic colored pencil drawing. So now I'm finishing the hair. Now, to save colored pencils also for the hair, I use Prismacolor marker, alcohol-based black marker, as you can see, because she has a very black hair, so dark hair. So yeah, just use the marker, and then you can consume less and less colored pencils over the hair to make it more realistic. And as you can see right here, it's very easy to draw hair using the black marker right there. So this is a simple, easy to follow hack with realistic colored pencil drawing. And yeah, this is also a tribute drawing to Miss Barbie Shoe, the iconic Sanchai for in Meteor Garden. And yeah, this is I love the how smooth it became and how quick I was able to make this drawing. This is very nice. I love it. I want to know your opinion on the comment section. Thanks for watching.